Good morning. Happy Thursday to everybody. This is Mornings with Michael. If you wanted to reach me, the number is 415-828-7997, and we can take texts or phone calls. And let's see, another beautiful day here in the Bay Area. And remember that Mornings with Michael is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. If you have a question about your personal financial situation, feel free to give us a call. We'd be happy to sit down with you and go over that. A lot of news out today. The market was up pretty strongly at the open, and it's been retreating ever since. It looks like there's a little bit of overhead supply, and people who have been losing have been taking their gains, which is pulling back the market. Let's take a look at the situation here. Let me first share my screen. First, let's take a look at UUP. UUP is bouncing up a little bit. See if we can take a look at what this is doing to the gold stocks. Usually when the dollar goes up, gold stocks go down. They are kind of forming a nice base here in GLD, the ETF, and they pulled back pretty strongly. And look at a few others here. Gold down. AEM. Same thing. These were all trending in a positive direction as the dollar was pulling back. And now the dollar is getting a little stronger, and they're pulling back. Look at silver. Doing the same thing. Attempted to break out over here and then pulled back pretty strong. Pretty good volume. It was a little lighter than the blue bar here, but we'll just have to wait and see what the dollar continues to do. Take a look at our yields. No, earlier this morning they were pulling back, bounced off their 200-day moving average. This is a 10-year yield, and it bounced back here. So that is part of the reason the market is pulling back. And let's take a look at the 20-year. Not quite as strong as a 10-year, but it's down in the morning and it is popping back here. It's kind of almost flat for the day. Let's look at some of the losers first. The oil explorers down close to 3%. Energy about the same, 3%. Let's take a look at QQQ. Now, as I was saying, we got all this overhead supply. Take a look at it on the weekly. Got all these people that have been losing over here. Gets up over here, and we're having some pullback. It did gap up. So we'll just have to see if it fills this gap. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. We were looking at the 410 number. Did bounce up here, and we got a pretty strong pullback. Earlier in the day, the S&P was up over 1% at a high of 413.67. No, actually, it's high of 418.31, low of 412. We'll just see if it can hold this gain or if we're going to have a pullback now. Take a look at some of the winners today. Harley-Davidson, it's holding on to majority of its gains, up 10% on a gap up here on earnings. Guess there's an 18% increase in shipments of motorcycles. Align up 25%. They earnings retreat of 39%, but it was better than expected. So Silvergate, the bank for crypto, it's up 25%. It was up quite a bit more. It's closing, looks like it's going to close on the lower end, and that's not a good sign. Kind of bearish. It was at 24.71, so it's pulled back quite a bit. Meta, formerly Facebook, it was up about 25%, hit a high of 197, it's pulled back about 10 points. Opendoor, up quite a bit, up 14%. Elf Beauty, leader in the beauty, and they beat earnings. They got a price increase by one of the analysts, and it was up 20% earlier, but it's now backed off to under 15%. And we got FedEx, got a price increase. It's up 6%, kind of in the middle of the range. It hit 217 and now is back off to 213 as people take their profits. Let's take a look at some of the losers. Champion, I guess it came in a little less than what people were hoping for on the earnings, and it's dropped a little over 11%. It has recovered somewhat. It was down to a low of 27.66 here. Look at Canadian Goose. This is a loser of 20%. So it looks like 36% retreat or loss on earnings. And let's look at Lilly. A lot of the health issues are pulling back. It seems like with the Facebook news, they're selling some of that and rotating them back into tech. Eli Lilly down about 4%, but as you can see, it hit kind of a top up here and it is definitely trending lower. Saia had been trending positively, hit a top here and is pulling back down close to 3%, and its earnings are due tomorrow. Murphy Oil pulling back, it's close to 3%. So that's what we got there. Bank of England raised their interest rates 50 basis points, and also the ECB raised their 50 points. European Central Bank joblessness actually fell 183,000 when they were expecting a rise. Productivity beat the estimates, came in at 3%. They were expecting 2.4%. Labor rates were a little better than expected, 1.1% compared to 1.4. And factory orders jumped 1.8%, so that's an improvement. And in transportation part of the factory orders were up 16.9%. And without the transportation, factory orders was 1.29%. The jobs report is tomorrow, so everybody's going to be focusing their attentions on that. And that's kind of our report for today. Before we leave, let's take a look at the Dow. The Dow is down. It's down about 0.5%. And our IWM was up quite a bit more earlier. Hit a high of 199, and it's up about 1.3% right now. So let's see if we can take a look at one more. Take a look at our indicators. 10-day moving average. New highs 114 to new lows 34. This is positive for the market trending upwards. 10-day moving average up 3,567, up 2,061 down. So that's definitely change for the better. Short-term overbought. Looks like there's a short-term overbought here. And we'll just continue to watch that. Take a look at the VIX. The VIX has popped here off of its lows. So that means the S&P should be down. I guess on the pullback from its highs has popped the VIX. We'll continue to watch these things. In the meantime, hope everybody has a fantastic day, finishes the week strong. Remember, it's your goals and activities which will propel you higher and better than the marketplace. So the market will demand your services. Keep looking for those activities and keep coming up with new ones. In the meantime, this has been Mornings with Michael. It's for information, educational, and entertainment purposes only. If you have a question on a personal financial nature, feel free to call or text us at 415-828-7997. Be well and prosper.